I have a drain in the backyard, main drain coming off the house, and I'll show you when I get around there where everything is located as far as the house goes, like the kitchen sink, and then the bathtub, the toilet, the washing machine drain, and then the two lavatory sinks. And that's what stopped up. And it has been for quite some time. We're talking years here. About 6 years ago, I had a plumber come out and he unstopped the drains. What was happening was the two sinks were backing up. Both of them draining to the same drain. So they were backing up. And he come in here and I didn't watch him. I don't know. All I know is he cleared it to where we could use the sinks. Didn't last 6 months. Stopped up again. Got him out here again. There again, lasted about 6 months. So instead of having to pay a plumber, I decided just to undo the P-trap under one sink, put a bucket under it, and just not use the other sink. You know, it's just me and my wife. We knew not to use that sink, use this sink only, and just dump the water when it gets about half full, 3/4 full, something like that. Well, that's not an ideal situation, because even though it's just gray water, it's not really sewage, it starts getting that sewage smell over time. And you start getting like a mud in the bottom of that bucket. You have to clean it. It's just a pain. And I want to fix it once and for all. So I've got some tools here that's going to help me do that, or at least I hope so. There's no guarantees I'm going to be successful with this. But my son's coming over here in a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and get started in the backyard. And once I get around there, I'll kind of explain to you how the plumbing is laid out. Now, this house is built in the late 60s. I was about 10 years old probably when this house was built. I have no idea how it's plumbed exactly, but I do have a sewage or sewer camera that's going to help us figure that out. And I also have a drain opener machine, a rotor-rooter if you will. And Vevor sent out the rotor-rooter machine at my request, mainly to tackle this drain. And I bought and paid for the sewage camera, because I got to thinking, I said, you know, if I try to use this machine, I know there's going to be a bunch of wires coming into this. It's going to be like driving with blindfolds on. I'm not going to have no idea where that's leading. So I need this camera too. Got both of these. We're going to put them to work today. Stay tuned and wish me success. I'm going to need it. So I got to thinking, while I'm waiting on my son, he's still going to be a few hours before he gets here. This would be a good time to kind of walk over this machine and show you that. This came from Vevor. I know y'all have seen me use other Vevor products. There's really not much of stuff they don't make. Matter of fact, I just reviewed this here on my last video. But this is their biggest one. This is their big boy. This thing weighs 180 pounds, and where all that weight's coming from is all this cable up in here. That is 3/4 inch cable. Now they have some with 3/8 inch cable, they have some with 1/2 inch. This is a 100-foot long cable. The problem with 3/8 and probably even 1/2 inch is once you, like if you got a long run, let's say you got 80 foot of this stuff out, if it gets any kind of bind, it's going to really just start twisting that cable up. You know, it's going to bind up, then it's going to go to twisting, and I don't want that to happen. I need something rugged and strong that once I do hit whatever is in there, whether it be roots or whatever, I want it to be able to bore right through it. So 3/4 inch cable is what I picked. It's belt driven. Ain't a whole lot to show on it really. There's your selector. Number 1 is forward. Number 2 is reverse on the switch. You always want to go forward. See right here where it says 1 is forward, 2 is reverse. You always want to use this in forward, unless you get in a bad bind. You might have to flip it to 2 long enough just to free it and then go right back in 1. Now I've got all this rolled up, but this is a pressure switch for your foot. This will turn the unit on and off. Now this is where you would actually put it in forward. You got neutral, you got reverse, neutral, and forward. This is your tension knob here. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this up until we actually get out there where I can see just how much pressure to put on it. Now it does come with multiple attachments. It's got a little place here on the back where you put these. You got this attachment here. Now these two here, you will turn them just opposite of each other. These are actually two pieces. You turn them opposite, and that would actually chew through roots. Then you got like this little arrowhead here. That's just to make, like, bore through a hard clog or whatever. But I'm going with the one you've seen to start with first, and then I might switch to some of them. All right, now this is where you turn the unit on and off, and the fact that this is being used in like a wet space or near water and around water or whatever, it's also got this trip on it that would be similar to like a ground fault receptacle or something to that nature, and that's just a safety feature. All right, there's some information on the motor itself. It's 120 volts at 60 hertz, 18 plus or minus 10% RPM. Doesn't really get the horsepower on that. Steel cable, 100 foot, 3/4 inch. And while I'm here, I might as well show you the camera that I purchased. This too is made by Vevor. And this is the camera itself. Now this is removable, but that's the one I put on there. That's just to kind of keep the camera protected from the pipe itself. This is all waterproof. I think it's IP68 waterproof. It's good for like 3 meters or something like that. But right now the drain should be pretty dry because this thing has been stopped up for a while, or at least that one pipe has been stopped up for a while. And of course it does tie into the remainder of the drain that everything else drains through. But this is 98 foot of cable here. Show you the screen. It's got a 9-inch screen on it. Now it does have a sun visor here. It is a bright sunny day, so I might have to use that. But it's got a little SD card right here. They call it a TF card. And let's see, you can record. You can record this whole thing. This is the power supply and the battery for it. I did top the battery off. Now here's another attachment that would actually fit in the pipe that I'm going through, but I don't know that it'd go through the pipe where the actual plug is at, because I know that reduces down there, so we're not using that one today. It's got a charging cable here. That's pretty much it. Now like I said, I did buy this. This is in the $400 range, and this is 1080 HP high definition screen. And hopefully, haven't tried it yet, hopefully this is going to show us the way. So just wanted to take a look at that. All right, once my son gets here, we'll get busy with this. All right, so here is my clean out, as you can see right here. And we're going to go ahead and get this camera going down in here before I ever bring that auger around here, because I want to see what's going on. And by the way, I found a use for these Harbor Freight buckets that they give you free when you go in there or when you leave. We're going to plant our butts on these just to make it a little bit easier. All right, my son is here and he's going to start fishing that down. But before he does, I want to kind of show you how all this is lined out. All right, here's the drain, and it kind of runs. I'm looking down at it. It runs at that angle right towards that Harbor Freight bucket. And if you look at the house, that's an angle to the house. So about 2 foot to the left of that door, there should be one drain line coming off the kitchen sinks. And if you look up here where that vent is, that is for the toilet, the bathtub, and the laundry. And over here, I don't know, probably 4 foot from that window, that's the lavatory sinks that are inside. So that's going to be the tail end of this. I have no idea how this pipe looks under here. We're just going to go ahead and start running it and see where we go from here. So I want to go ahead and hit record on this. All right, we're recording. Now, if you'll notice, I got a light on it. Go ahead and start feeding that in there, Chad. And kind of make sure it goes this way towards you. All right, I'm gonna turn this camera here off because there's nothing else to see. All right, you got it going?
Yeah, we're going.
All right, just start going and go kind of slow. That way we can kind of see things as we get to it. Should be all PVC pipe. My light is all the way up. And by the way, I didn't mention earlier, this camera is self-leveling. What I mean is, even if it's upside down or sideways, it's always going to look upright on this screen here. It's got some sort of technology for that. What's that in the bottom?
Oh man.
It's growth of some sort.
Running through water now.
Yeah, we got a little standing water. All right. Uh-oh, we're getting into different kind of pipe.
Yeah, that looks like it's metal.
That does look like it's metal. See if you can get on through there. Oh yeah, that's nasty. Might have to back it up. Oh, back up a little bit. Okay, it's just stuff on the side.
That's a little rough.
I haven't seen any wires yet. How far do you think we are?
Pretty good ways.
We got markings on this. Somewhere on there, there should tell you. Some of these units actually, tell you how much. That's grease and stuff.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah, I try not to get that on the lens. I know it's hard not to.
Impossible not to. Gosh.
You know what I really need on this thing is one of those jet sprayers.
What is that?
I don't know.
That looks like a root.
No, roots look a little different, but it could be.
With grease all over it. I mean, it's protruding from top to bottom.
Let me see if I can see. You see any markings on there?
No.
All right, let me turn this main camera off. All right, so we're just going to keep fishing this, and I'll bring you back if we find anything. So about the last 15 minutes, we have been playing with this camera. And one thing I know for sure, that pipe's in really bad shape over there about middle ways going into the house right there. But we kind of hit a dead end, and it took a turn to the left. Really couldn't get the camera in there. The walls were just so built up with crud and everything. And I'm not sure if this auger is going to do any good or not, because I don't know if I can get to the problem. I couldn't see all the other branches where everything ties in. Couldn't get that far in there. All thing I know to do is just try it and hope for the best. If this doesn't work, I have a power washer, and I might invest in one of these. I forget what you call it, but you hook a power washer to it. It's got a nozzle that with high pressure water, and I'm gonna feed it through there, mainly trying to get all that grease out of there. And that might be a better option, but we're gonna go ahead and try to feed this cable through here, go as far as we can, and see if we can come up with anything. I have no idea. I know one thing, I don't want to put this camera in there while I'm feeding it in there, because I don't want to damage this camera. That was mainly just to inspect this pipe and hopefully run into that clog. We're close, but I didn't actually put my eyes on it. So let's go ahead and do that and see if we have any luck. If not, then I'll order one of those contraptions, and that'll be my next attempt. All right, we're gonna start feeding this in there, and let's just see what happens. Hey, there's a glove in that bucket.
I'll worry about
a leather glove.
I'll worry about that on the come out.
You gonna get the poo on you.
worry about that on the outcome.
And just be ready to let off that pressure switch if you feel anything jamming up. With any luck, we're gonna hit this thing. I think it spins pretty good, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
This be like 1800 RPM. You'll feel it in that cable if it gets on the bind. Got 100 foot on this spool, so you should have more than enough, way more than enough. Huh?
Now we're running into a hard spot.
All right, sometimes you gotta hit that reverse, back up a little bit and try it again. All right, put it back and forward, let off.
Yeah.
Try it again. It's going now, ain't it?
Going through a tough spot, I can tell you that.
Back it on up and then go forward again. Might be heading off in the wrong pipe. All right, try it again. Getting tough.
It ain't going past. Whatever we're hitting, it ain't going past.
All right, just keep going in reverse and forward until you think we can push through it.
It sounds like it's coming towards the toilet and the bathtub, baby.
It's going between the toilet and the bathtub. You're going to have to back it quite a bit out of there and then try it again, Chad.
That's our problem with where the blockage is.
Yeah. All right. Hang on before you go.
Whatever it is.
All right, now she hears it towards the sinks.
Whatever we're hitting, you're not going to get through it.
What I want you to do is hit reverse, go back about a foot and go forward again, because you're probably, she says she hears it towards the sinks, and that's where we need to be. All right, we're coming back out with it. I tell you what, we got a serious blockage in here. This is something I might end up having to actually dig up. Not what I was expecting. It really needs another clean out. In my opinion, every place it drains should have its own clean out. That would make life so much easier. I'd hate to be sitting on a toilet and some plumber running that thing through the drain. It comes up through the toilet. Boy, that would not be nice, would it? I could attempt to feed that through the actual sink drain itself, but that's gonna be a trick because it's only 1.25 inch pipe, 3/4 inch cable. It would work though. If this don't work, that's what I'll do. I'll attempt it anyway. Well, that's all we got out of there. No big root ball or anything like that, but that is roots. That is roots coming out of there. But I'll probably come out here again tomorrow and try this and just keep trying until I finally have success. It's getting late in the afternoon, so we're gonna end this video. But I tell you what, between this camera and this machine here, you could actually open up a drain cleaning business real cheap. Between this and that, that's about $1,100 worth. So, hey, I don't know of another startup business you can go into for $1,100. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'm gonna keep trying at this. I'll keep you updated with the results. I'll have links in the description if you're interested in either one of these. Until next time, I'm Russ Jones with Skill Savvy DIY.